Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? All I can say is wow, and I'll tell you why. I guess I was checking out Showtime free preview on demand, and I guess they have a new show on called Dice about the comedian Andrew Dice Clay, and it's like a fictionalized version of his life, saying that he moved to Vegas with his wife and stuff like that, and it sucks. It really, really sucks. It's so incredibly stupid. I was going to tell you some of the plot and then say it sucks, but it absolutely sucks. Because I used to be a fan of Dice. I mean, in the 80s, I know he's not politically correct or something like, or I don't even think people even care anymore. Because he's kind of like not a big deal no more. In the 80s, before he did the big HBO special, he was on a bunch of comedy clubs. He was a friend of that show Comedy Tonight that used to be a syndicated comedy show. He was in a bunch of movies. He was in Pretty in Pink, Night Patrol, stuff like that. And he was doing his Dice character somewhat. And his imitations and stuff. And then he was in the movie Casual Sex as the Vin Man. And then he made his big thing on HBO. And then he was in Adventures of Ford Fairlane. I love that fucking movie. That movie was funny. This TV show sucks. It's a scripted show, 29 minutes long. I'll give you the plot point, because I'll never watch this show again, believe me. What happened is, they said that, they showed a little bit of his clips from his concert during like a little opening montage or something. And he said that he went with his wife and they're living in Las Vegas and stuff. And then her brother, who's gay, is getting married to another guy. Sorry, what do they want to do? And Dice said, well, people are usually miserable when they're married, but I mean, gay guys, when they get married, they're happy and stuff like that. That's what he said. And he said he was going to give them a present of $2,000. And he has this friend named Milkshake, played by the guy who played Uncle Eddie on Grounded for Life, who was really funny on that show. He ain't funny on this show. And he had a cup and he said he was drinking gravy. And the guy bumped into him and he said he spilled gravy. The guy said, what are you drinking gravy for? And Dice's like, hey, that's what he drinks. He drinks gravy. What are you going to do about it? That shit's stupid. And Dice was pissed off that he had to pay a $5 fee, ATM fee or something like that to get money for gambling. And he decided to take the $2,000 and do something or earn, or I can't remember, the reasoning behind it was stupid. And he lost all his money. He was down $100,000. And then that guy who bumped into him and spilled the gravy was dressed like Elvis, and he said that Elvis was bad luck. So he asked to move to another casino, and then the guy at the casino said he wanted to give him another market for more money. So he ended up sneaking over the other casino, and then his wife found him. She's all pissed off at him. And then he loses like $25,000. He looks over and he sees that Elvis guy again. He said, get out of here. And then his wife is all pissed off at him. And then all of a sudden, Dice starts winning his money back. And like, yeah. And it looks like they're building tension. No one gives a shit who's watching the show. I know I didn't. And they go down. And he finally goes to the wedding. And then the guy marrying him is that Elvis. And he says, hey, that's bad luck, Elvis. So why would you let an Elvis marry you that's wearing sneakers? Really stupid. And none of that shit was funny. I mean, and there's a little bit more stuff. And then he runs back to that one guy and says, you got to get me an Elvis, quick. Really stupid. I mean, Dice has done some good. I mean, his career has kind of been tanking since, 93, 94, something like that. Even some people would even say sooner than that. But Brain Smasher sucked. And then he was in a couple things that were okay. He was in a show on VH1 called, I think it was called Dice Rules, or I know that's the name of his concert film. I can't remember. VH1 had a reality show with him, which I liked. I thought it was a good show. And he did the Tom Sizemore had a show, and Tom Sizemore was a train wreck. And that was a good show. They both only lasted one season. Back when VH1 used to have halfway decent stuff, they don't anymore. And then I loved his book. I read his book not too long ago. I believe I reviewed it. His book was really good. I enjoyed that very much. And then he was in the Woody Allen movie Blue Jasmine, which he mentions in the book. I managed to see it, and I liked that too. I think he did a good acting job. I saw it with my dad. And my dad was still alive. I think, I can't remember my dad, he watched it or he fell asleep during it or something like that, but I mean, I thought he did a good job, but this show absolutely sucks bad. I give this a 2 out of 10, and it's really lucky I give it that, because I was going to give it less. Yeah, I'd avoid Dice at all costs. It's lousy. Another reason not to subscribe to Showtime. Showtime, I have good movies, but this show is awful. So, 2 out of 10 for Dice. Really a waste of time. It's only 29 minutes. And I just saw commercials for it earlier today before I watched... God, was it before I watched Bar Rescue or something like that? They had a commercial for it, I think. It had to have been. And it was. I said, well, hell, I'll give it a shot. And I absolutely hated it. But, I mean, it took 29 minutes, you know. I definitely wouldn't watch it again. No way. Not another episode. And I like Dice, but show sucks. I mean, he was on a show on UPN called Hits as a record producer, record manager. And that show was a big flop, ratings flop, but he was much funnier than that. There ain't nothing funny here. They're just trying to make it real cutesy and stuff like that, even though there's swearing and cursing in it. But I mean, it's just not the same. It's not... I don't know. I think Dice would be disappointed, but I've seen some really bad concerts he did on YouTube from the low budget companies that I watched with Dad. He'd do tell jokes that didn't make... A lot of shit didn't even make sense, and I didn't even care. It's just lame. So, 2 out of 10 for Dice. It's a new show on Showtime. I know people who are fans of Dice will probably give it a shot. I don't know if you'll like it or not. I know I sure didn't. So, there you go. And until next time, bye, please. Take care, my liege.